Hello, MotoRider World fans, and welcome to another MotoGP chat. This time we've got a very special rider. We can finally now call him a MotoGP winner, actually. Miguel Oliviera, Tech 3 KTM rider. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Miguel, you must still be on a massive high after the last race meeting and winning your first MotoGP race. Tell us, are you still floating on a cloud? What's the reaction been back home in Portugal? Do they want to make you president now, or?
No, the president. You mean the president? I met him before already. So actually that was fine. I didn't need to win a MotoGP race to be acknowledged by him. But yeah, for sure in Portugal it was a huge accomplishment. Everyone is so proud. Everyone is feeling very patriotic about my win because I'm the only Portuguese around, and everyone is very happy. So this is giving me a lot of motivation to keep going and hopefully keep the consistent line and do more wins.
So you're talking about going forward now. Obviously, for the past year and a half that you've been in MotoGP, you're always going to every race wanting to win, hoping to win. But the reality was that the motorcycle wasn't there. With the new KTM package, and now that you've won a race, do you go into, particularly this weekend, now thinking we should at least be top 5 and KTM should be podium every weekend now?
I think we have a lot of tools at our disposal to do good now because the fact is that we tested a lot here. We tested already in June, and we also did, I think 2 weeks ago, a test day here with Danny. So we have a lot of data and we know what to expect. And for sure, this is a unique situation for us, and we take advantage of this the most as possible. And I think our reality now it's much better, and we can aim for sure top 5s and podiums every weekend. For sure, this is a different year, and we run tracks in Europe where everyone knows everything very well. So, but I think we have a very good bike, very balanced bike. But of course, we need to make it work when it comes to the GP weekend. So that can be something to look and keep a positive environment and use this motivation that we have now to do well.
So yourself and obviously Paul Espargaro, out of the current KTM riders, are the most experienced on the package. What are the big strengths of this new 2020 package compared to the bike last year? And then what do you feel still needs to be improved to kind of make it that ultimate package?
Right now, I think we have a very balanced bike. For sure, comparing to last year, we improved a lot the handling of the bike and just working on the bike in general, setup. It's much easier. So we arrive now to a track and we don't have to change a lot the settings from one track to the other. So I think that's positive. The other thing is maybe we still miss a little bit of engine, especially top power, very high speed. But I think the rest we are there. Every bike is so different that looking on TV and looking inside the track while we are riding, you will see many differences. But the thing is, you can do the lap time with different kinds of strong points on the bike. So I think the aim for us is to have a balanced bike, which I think we have right now, and this we must not lose for next year.
And now, Miguel, just take us through that last couple of corners in Spielberg too, where you in third place. You can see Miller and Paul kind of fighting it out. I don't know how you guys keep your composure, because I was jumping on the couch. I've tucked the front end. I fell over the couch. Did you kind of had you settled for third, or did you think something's going to happen in this final turn and I've got to make sure I'm there to take advantage?
If I had your emotions, for sure I would crash also.
Exactly.
But now it was quite exciting watching from behind. The fact is that I had no plans of doing it apart from the last lap. Once I saw Paul was starting to close the gaps, then Jack would try to go for it, and he did. And so they were losing a little bit of ground, and I could position myself very well and prepare the last corner to do an overtaking and win the race.
And so, what was the big change from race one and race two? Because race one, you were there, but you had that battle with Brad and you kind of got held up a little bit in some parts. Race two, was it just a case of better start where you wanted to be from the beginning and were able to attack?
I think were different factors. I think we didn't manage very well the tire choice, and that's on me because I pushed to go with the medium front. And then with the fuel tank, I couldn't manage to get a good pace and to especially overtake on the braking point. So I lost a little bit of time. I lost ground, but I was starting to come up with a good pace, and so the race got red flagged. And so after that, we got an opportunity to just use a new tire and especially change the front tire to a hard one. And I think that helped me a lot and was for sure, it changed completely my race and increased my opportunity to finish on the podium.
What is it with the KTM? Because a couple of the riders seem to not be able to make the medium work, especially at Spielberg where you're hard on the brakes. But do you think majority of the time you're going to be spending on the hard front tire, or do you think you're not going to be able to change between soft, medium? If we look at Marc Marquez, he wants the hardest tire available. And if I look at the KTM package, it looks kind of similar bike where you've got to really brake late, get the bike in, stop, don't carry as much corner speed as the other bike, and get out.
Yeah, we need to use a lot the front, especially because I think it's a strong point of our bike. And so we need to attack a lot on the front brakes. And so for that, you need stability from somewhere. And that comes from the tire. And we need it strong enough to be able to have, I don't say the grip, but the stability. It's important for us. And that's why the tendency is to use the harder compounds available and not the softest ones.
So in a race weekend, so in that race one and race two, do you, I mean, we've seen it a couple of times now, do you riders actually think in the back of your mind, right, practice qualifying, let's not use all our tires and because that's where Jack Miller seems to have played his cards really well the last two, keeping those soft tires for a potential restart race. I mean, is that another factor you guys have to now think and throw in?
You know, we were lucky because I think it was in race one we had a couple of wet sessions, so we really saved a couple of tires. So on the restart we could use a new tire, but so we thought that maybe it would be clever to keep an extra race tire for any reason. And you know, it's not all the time that we can do that. We have limited tires that we can use. Although we have a lot available, this weekend we have 4 different compounds on the front, and so it's not easy to manage. But I think it was well thought by us and the team. We needed to save an extra tire just in case, and it happened, and it played out really well for us.
It's been a crazy 2020 and now you guys are going to be jam packed for the next kind of 11 weeks. You've got 9 races in 11 weeks. How do you feel about these back-to-back races? Because it seems to have brought everyone closer. I mean, at one stage in Spielberg, it was Jean Mir, Nakagami, and Miller out front. You know, half a year ago, no one would ever think that. What is your perception of these back-to-back races and jamming all these races so close together?
For sure, it's more demanding for everyone in terms of you know, staying out and you know, managing how tired everyone is, and just managing the mechanics and everything. So we needed to see it as a marathon, you know, like not a sprint race, or you know, we have an incredible high speed of how things can change now, and it brought everyone closer. Why, I'm really not sure, but for sure the grid is very competitive. We have 20 bikes out of 22 that are 2020 bikes, basically last version. So I think that helps. and you know, everyone is so motivated and fast that it makes the competition really tight. From my side, I see only only these reasons, but I think from now on we will see a different kind of championship for sure. To do a mistake, it will be costly because we have 9 races, um, and everything is so close. So basically, don't get infected and don't crash. I think it's the top 2 priorities for at the moment.
I think you got that spot on. Last couple of questions for you, Miguel. Your victory was obviously very special, but was it that much more special doing it with a so-called non-factory team, and the reaction of Hervé Ponchar and the whole team? That was just something that got us all excited. I mean, how's the team vibe and everything going there now? You guys must be on cloud 9.
No, for sure, everyone is super happy, and I think it was kind of expected, because we knew we have been doing a great job and we had the chance to be there. I think the main point here is that the team believes more in themselves, and they really think they have it, you know, which is after changing from manufacturer to KTM. I think it was a tough year for everyone. It was an adaptation year, but for sure it was a team that was very used to being on the podium and front rows, and that kind of disappeared. And so to get it back, I think the whole team is, I think, excited, but at the same time relaxed, because they quit all the doubts they might have in the back of their minds. I think that's the main thing.
Yeah, awesome. Last question then. Heading into 2021, you've obviously signed with a factory team. You'll be alongside our hero here, Brad Binder. Was your intention always to stay with KTM? Were there other offers, or was like that kind of your first choice? You always wanted to be on that factory KTM bike?
Yes. Once we start speaking for the future this year, I mean, we were still at home with the COVID thing, and our aim was always to keep riding in KTM, because it's a project that I believe it was going to turn around this season, and it is. So I think it would not be wise to change manufacturer, given the fact that I was willing to invest my youth in the project and to grow together with them, and they saw the same in me. So I think when both parts agree, I think it's a good way to be successful.
And you and Brad, fun after a race, eh?
Yeah, perfect. You know, to have and next year to have Brad as a teammate, it's great. I like Brad. He's a fantastic guy, and he's an animal on the track. So he you know, definitely we're gonna push each other to bring to KTM the best results possible.
Miguel, thank you so much for taking out your time. I really appreciate it. Good luck for the rest of the season. You've got massive fans here now in South Africa. Keep doing what you're doing, and just try not beat Brad too often, okay?
It will happen. I'm sorry, South African fans, but it will happen.
Good man. Thanks, Miguel. All the best, eh? Ciao.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Ciao,
eh? Bye.